Hey guys, welcome back to my Snowrunner chill let's play. We're still in Black River, and in today's video we're going to be getting through another one of the contracts. This one also involves long logs, so I think since we got this trailer, we got the truck ready, we might as well go and do this one as well. Now on paper, it should be fairly straightforward, because it's just grab some logs from the place we've been grabbing logs from, so that first bit, pretty straightforward because we've been here a good few times. Then we got to go to Smithville Dam with said logs and deliver them to the quarry and the drilling site. Now, the drilling site I reckon isn't too difficult to get to. The quarry could be interesting. I mean, the only upside I know about the quarry is it's downhill, which is this truck's main weakness is going uphill. So that's going to work in our favour, but it's also quite, say, tight to get down there, especially with a big truck with logs on you. And it's like uneven angles, turns, could go very badly. It's kind of, this is going to be the best truck we've got for the mission, so if this doesn't do it, we might have to, I don't know, wait I guess, but we should be able to do it. Because I mean, this vehicle is a beast. I mean, in the last episode, it did do a lot of work. This time I only need 2 sets of logs. So, it's a bit of a pain to have to drive all. I think we'll do quarry last, because the quarry is quite easy to get to. I generally don't have much faith for this thing being able to climb out of it. And if it does, it's not going to be a quick climb. It's going to struggle. So I do think we'll save the quarry for last, because then if it gets stuck in there, it can live in there. We're fine. Probably not fine actually, because I will need this truck for other things. Because I will say, the more I use it, it's actually growing on me quite a bit. As I mentioned in the last episode, other than the engine of it, it's a solid truck. Like, fuel efficient, it gets you from A to B. It's great, got no issue with it. Is that the right way? Yeah, cool. That'll be a double check. I mean, the drilling site isn't too bad to get to, considering we've got a route we've already done. We've got fuel on said route, and also a spare truck on that route as well. Not a great truck, I don't think it's going to save this thing if it tips over. We have got as long as there's fuel on the route, I don't have to stress or take a dangerous path to try and be quick. And it also means if we do get stuck in mud or something, I can just slowly crawl my way through it without having to worry about running out of fuel or anything. So ideally, nothing should go wrong. Which, I mean, that's always the case, isn't it? Come on, you big old beast. And if it was definitely going to get worked for probably a diesel while. Anything big. Because the only jobs it can do is long logs and high saddle stuff. I mean, it's going to be used for them. As and when we can, like. I don't need fuel. We got plenty. I'm back faster anyway. Because I believe, let me just double check. The only difference. Yeah, we'll grab the logs and then when we come back this way, we'll just go. It's literally the same journey, just longer. So I forgot, I thought the thing was over there. It's over here. See, the way I would try and do this would be grab the logs from here, go along this path and go down this road. And there's a very good reason why this road hasn't even been marked, like been through. Because this road, I don't know if the P16 can make it. Because I know even some very capable trucks can get stuck there. There is a winch point, but the winches we've got at the moment don't have much trust to be able to pull us through with logs. And I'm pretty sure that's kind of like a trap place. Like the maps are, there is a road there. There's a couple like branches in the water. There's deep mud, there's a current. It is a very quick way. So if you have a lot of bolts and or a recovery truck nearby, or even if you had a truck here that could give you a quick tug through, then you'll be fine. But for me, it's not worth the risk, so we're literally going to take the longest way around possible, probably. Which is not going to be very fun, but as I've kind of mentioned, in the early days, I don't really want to be taking risks we don't need to. So if I know a way will get me there, that's the one we're going to take over the one that might get me there quickly. At least until I have vehicles I have confidence in, like full confidence in. Unless we've got enough money to be able to do it. Like this vehicle, it probably could do it. But it's going to struggle because it's an all drive, max power, so. Time being, I'd rather just play it safe. Which I feel like is where a lot of people get unstuck, is they get a bit too, even just a bit too cocky about their vehicle, thinking, oh, this thing's got big old tyres, it's a bit of a beast. So that's how we get stuck, right? Especially since in Snowrunner, it's not often you get a road. So I feel like I should make the most of said road. Because I know coming up in future maps, there isn't a road. Like in Alaska, there'll be a road, but it's covered in ice. In Russia, there's a road which I'd say has rocks on it, but they're more like landmines, so not the best thing ever. And then I think Kola Peninsula, I think that's the first season map, doesn't have roads. It has snowy roads, it might have like a small path on there, but it really doesn't have much in the way of what I would call a road anyway. If we're given a road, we're going to make use of said road. Especially since the only sort of dangerous roads can be in this game is when you've got a car or a truck that is a bit too quick, which is not an issue I have yet. I wish it was an issue I had, but since we don't have that issue, roads are relatively safe for us. As it's getting dark again. I don't know why, but whenever I start a video, it's getting dark, and then by the time I end it, it's getting daytime. Good thing is though, by the time we get to where it gets challenging, it should be bright. Because this vehicle's lights are really bad. Not really bad, but they're not like good. Yeah, the quarry should be too bad because going downhill this thing flies down, so. Main concern is the way out in the quarry, so we're going to do that last. Because annoyingly with a trailer you don't really want to recover, because you can't bring the trailer with you either. And this trailer costs 14 grand, so it's kind of like, I mean, it's like a third of my money. We've got the logs. So we got a long boring drive. Definitely not the most exciting thing ever, but maybe I should need fuel. I left the Paystar there. Now for this one, I was thinking of using the Paystar, but I can't. Don't know. I don't have trust in it. For long logs, medium logs, sure. Oh yeah, I forgot this thing has trouble starting again. Bit like an old man, this truck, like to get it going, it needs a bit of encouragement. Once it's going, though, it does all right. It's even like the Scout 800, though. Got stuck quite a few times. This is the hardest bit for the entire journey, just getting out of this place. It's kind of why I need to constantly switch between my gears, just to give it the optimal oomph. Now we do remember we need to go to the left. Then we had to turn right because that right side is a little too steep. The left side is a tiny bit flatter. It's got like a big old rut on it. Pretty much one of the hardest bits for a while. That's just cruising. Just as I mentioned it, that's not the most challenging or exciting bit. We're not going to take it for granted because it's far and few between in this game, so especially when doing logs. I don't think after this, I think there's only 2 more logs missions left. We'll probably leave them for the not next episode, but a couple of episodes down the road. I don't want all my videos to be just doing logs for the time being. I want to keep it fresh because I don't really like. Well, I do like doing logs. It's just so far it's gone well. And I know that's not likely to keep. Because as I mentioned, I'm a lot more experienced when I last done logs. So hopefully I won't make dumb mistakes. Like as I mentioned earlier, we're going across the river. Tried that when I first played this game, it did not go well. And it was a hassle. Hence why I'm very happy to take a long path. Because even though this part's longer, it's probably like, well, if you include the time you spend getting stuck in the... I think that'll be a lot better for us anyway. Because we're actually flying down this bit. It's one bit we actually get speed. And we can pick up some fuel. Should we kind of like slowly chip it away up? Because I think at some point we can need to move that trailer, which this truck will probably be the truck we use for that. Because I mean, could you imagine the Paystar lifting this? Probably possible, but we only used 1,000 litres on that trailer. I think as long as you leave like 10% in there, it should be fine. Any sort of big high saddle trailers, this thing will come out full, or long logs for the time being. Because I mean, I haven't got anything else that's going to be able to do long logs. I want to actually remember when we will get next big truck. It might, I mean, Russia we will get some good trucks. Yeah, Alaska's going to be next, and I think there's like 2 scales you get off the top of my memory, and maybe like the Royal BM off-road truck. I have not really used. I think it's similar to the Paystar. Might be a little bit or better than the Paystar. I don't know which way. It's quite hard to remember with a lot of these trucks with when you get them when they have no all the upgrades that they have. We'll see. Considering also a lot of the trucks we have, they're not going to be topped out for a while. But I reckon by the time we get to the end of Alaska, we should have all the money we need. Or at least a couple 100,000. Considering I'm not selling trucks or anything, so... Because I do think I want to have one of every truck. But whether I sell duplicate trucks, I might let you guys decide whether I should or not, because I really don't know. I want to, because having 2 trucks can be useful. So I don't know if I'll use 2 of the same truck. But we'll see. Well, I might just sit in my garage and we'll find out. I'll keep in case I need some spare change or something. So I know the 8x8 scale vehicles you get, or the 4x4 scale. 8x8, I can't remember. The Russian APC thing. I know that. There's, I think in Russia you get 2 of them. They sell for like 100, 150 grand each, I think. They're a good bit of money. So I'm not sure whether we should sell them or whether we should keep one of them. Well, we'll keep one regardless, but like... having that amount of money might be a bit breaking, but we'll see when we get to there anyway. I think it's also like, I believe you might get a couple P16s as well. I actually can't remember. I think any trucks we pick up we will see. Especially as well since teleporting trucks between regions does cost money as well. So when we go to Alaska, for instance, we've got to have enough money to be able to put a couple of trucks over. Especially like one of each. At least like a scout, an off-road truck and a heavy truck. So we can cover some of the bases. It's a new mechanic I've not actually ever used. It's only a hard mode / new game plus mechanic, so... And I mean, up to this point I've been playing... base game. Which I would say does feel more like a sandbox game rather than like a strategy type of thing. And even with the sense I've got, within a couple of regions, money won't be an issue. But the main thing I like of it isn't so much that you need money, it's just the fact you don't automatically get fuel on repair points just by coming up the garage. So it means you've got to be a little bit resourceful and sometimes go for a fuel run rather than just go back to garage and you got fuel. Because then I find it also gives me a lot more use with saving up repair points, saving up fuel, so if I've got vehicles on hand. I like the management side of it rather than saving stuff and everything. That's why I don't have recovering cost money, because I was contemplating it, but I was like, if I have a rough time and then end up needing to recover but don't have the money, it won't really add to the game, it'll just make it more stressful, which some people want that, that's why they like hard mode sort of thing, but I was like, I just want it to be more engaging, not more difficult. Hence why I kind of got the sense I have, which is like essentially an easy mode, we'll call it. It's like hard mode, but easy, which is kind of what I was after. Even playing this game was like, on the base game mode, it's still plenty stressful. Really difficult, but stressful. Because then there's one dude, I can't remember his YouTube channel name. He does hard mode with scouts only. I was impressed by that because that sounds like hell. Because I mean, scouts in this game, the best at pulling things. And this guy only uses scouts. I don't know what he does for the big trailers. I actually need to double check what he does, because I feel that'd be really interesting. Because like long logs, for instance, what scout can he possibly use that can do this? Right. So I'm not sure if he has rules in place for stuff he can't physically do. Right, let's plan our route. Black River, we have got vehicles over here. So yeah, the drilling site isn't too bad. Now, we do know from our scouting and past activities, this road, not good. This road, not good. This one, as you can tell by the fuel, not good. So, we're going to go along here. Because we've got a fuel truck here, with some fuel in it. And this road, I believe, is also, as you can tell by the 3D map, it's kind of downhill. So it's going to be in our truck's favour. The other pain I can see is if I want to go and get another set of logs, it's a hell of a long journey on the way back. But I guess that's part of the fun. There's also fuel here as well, so. The route itself, once again, is long, but it's really long. Because there's a log station here, but it only does medium logs. Which kinda sucks in my opinion, because I mean, there's trees here. Chop a couple down, problem solved, but no. I mean, the other option we had was go to Drummond Island. Yeah, there was a log station. Yes, we could have gone Drummond Island, and then I think there is a way to go Drummond Island, and then you go to Island Lake. And then you come out here, drive all the way along and then down, but yeah, it's still long either way. Yeah, so I think the way we're doing it isn't awful. It's just a bit long. So this sort of stuff, I didn't really ever think about playing this game because I've typically online, like with a couple friends here and there, so doing a long job in a convoy, it's a lot more. You didn't realise it was long, mainly because even on the most simplest roads, someone's bound to have a mishap here or there. An issue. Please climb. Which is one of the upsides of playing online. Is, I mean, there's nothing better. Seeing one of your mates fall over somewhere The other one can't try and save him and ends up falling with him or falling in the hole with him. I personally think is wonderful. It really adds to the chaos, we could say. Also, it's mildly frustrating. Definitely not a bad thing though. But it's definitely not a relaxing experience by that way. That's why I'm doing this game on my own for this channel. Because I don't even know how you would make a co-op session of this game relaxing. Unless you got very like-minded people, but the mates I play with typically aren't relaxing people. More hyperactive and mental. So yeah, definitely would not blend that well. Definitely would make for good content though. Let's not go in the ditch. This thing does look good. The more, it's the one thing I'm always talking about is night time. I don't know whether I love or hate it. Because in a sense, I hate it because it makes it very difficult to see anything. On the upside, the game does look a hell of a lot nicer. It's really quite nice. When you don't want it to be for a practical reason. Trucks look quite cool, the sky looks quite nice. However, for actual practicality reasons, it kinda sucks. I've got no idea how this vehicle's going to do it. I just kind of assumed it would manage. Which could be a mistake, I'll be honest. I think it's doing alright. Such a cool looking truck. The potential, it might become one of my favourite trucks. It's kind of a beast. Got a small bit of uphill. As we know, could be challenging. Do want to avoid that rock on the right because that will ruin your day. Well, that's not a good sign. Oh, please. Come on, work on your own. Like, that's not even that big of a hill, like. If it looks like something you could cycle up, a truck should be able to manage it. Just saying. And let me tell you something, I'm not a fit person on a bike, so I can't ride up a lot, but I could definitely ride up. Get on truck. And this is why I hate the dark, because I'm not sure if you guys can see. Probably not, because YouTube's also awful for nighttime videos. But, I can't even see my wheels, so I can't really tell you what they're doing. I hope spinning, but not too quickly. That's what I can really say. I wish there was a light you could get to put, like, on your wheels. That time, I might as well be in first person. Because there's really not a lot of difference between what I can see. So I wouldn't mind being in first person in this truck. It's so dark. Oh, well, this thing's lights actually aren't that bad. Can we turn? Concerned by the lack of wanting. It's doing it, just about. Ah, we got my little fuel, but I haven't even checked my fuel. I probably should, but about half. Yeah, this thing's really quite fuel efficient. Which, I mean, it's a very good thing. This thing will probably stay a fuel truck. Only, someone commented about, I can't remember what the dude's guy was. He preached about how good the good luck is, which, honestly, if that's a truck you love, yeah, it's that thing. It's a truck I would want to love, but it's definitely a lot. If that's a truck you love, go for it. We do complete this game with a scout vehicle, so like, anything's possible, but I think I'd be impressed if you could show me someone doing like a heavy cargo thing with it. Is that a vehicle I would technically count as a scout, just because it doesn't weigh enough to really do much. Okay, we're going downhill now. Is it getting daytime? Yes, cool. Don't know what to be sold by the time it doesn't. Kind of ride the curve, if you could say. Oh, we get some mud splashes. Love that. It's a noise I really like. Is not mud splashes, but like the water splashes. When you kind of dive into a puddle, I really like that noise. I don't get it often though because fast enough. Soon we will. So glad I chose to go down this road. Because it's wide, it's not too muddy. It's downhill, which was the main factor. Not that I had much choice if it wasn't downhill, but like, a road that goes downhill is definitely better. However, going up that, I'm not so sure it's going to be wide, but I will be lighter, so not as concerned. Journey's already taken me a while. Let's go around this way. Can I get on this? I think it is possible with some vehicles. I'm gonna go on the edge where no one's driven, because these places can get quite bogged down. Actually, right where we need to go. Right, there's one set of logs. Now the next place, the quarry, is a lot easier to get to with logs. Or get to the quarry anyway, because this whole bit's all essentially. But, and here's a big but, I'm not sure about going down there, then you gotta go around and then down, like, Do a little bit of trial and error. Got the Paystar. I'm actually curious about how it can handle medium, long logs. And I've got the money. Hopefully it won't go wrong. This is either going to be a thing that's going to save me a lot of time, or it's going to be a thing that costs me another hour of my time. Because previously we'd done medium logs with it. Now I can afford the trailer. Because we don't need you. I might even sell you for now. Do I need to do more medium logs? I can't remember. Let me double check. Just do long. Medium. Medium, long, medium. Okay, we still need that. We'll keep that for now. Man, this thing's so tatty looking. I have a feeling. So we need a... Can you not do long logs? Or have I been blind? Oh, I can't. I just went straight past it. 6 grand. I just realised actually, you have to pay for that, then the trailer. Not a fan. Double check tyres. We do have mud tyre. We haven't got them unlocked. It's level 14 for mud tyres. That's mental. That's why I quite like the Jet pack. Because you get these early. I don't really even use mud tyres that much these days. Because I found out mud tyres are very good if you're on actual, like, mud. Like, not dirt, but actual, like, mud, the thing you sink into. That's where they excel. But if you've got too much weight on your vehicle, you're going to sink in. And then you hit dirt, which is the off-road rating. So a lot of these ratings have actual numbers attached to them. The excellent, average and good is just roughly what that number is. But yeah, so like these for instance, you're likely to sink into mud. Because if you've got more weight on your vehicle, you're going to sink in. And then the off-road grip is the one that matters, not the grip. That's kind of little things you would think. Mud tyres would do better in mud, but they're at least too good at stopping you get completely stuck. They're not quicker. So if you want speed, you want to go for something like these where you can sink in and then just out for it. This, because the body looks so hideous. We'll give it a whirl. Because I am kind of curious. Oh, did I have an engine upgrade? I was going to do that. Doesn't have an engine upgrade. Does have off-road gearbox now, actually. Can't afford the winch. 11 grand's a bit much for now. I've got everything we should need. Let's get to the handbrake on. Not you. We need that. Oh, has it got repair points on? It's just I don't think there's a fuel trailer, was there? Oh no, because we're in this part. Oh yeah, sorry, forgot what I was. Stupid. Take a shortcut through here. Fuel if we need. Quite left engine on. Back a bit. And then go all the way along here, because I'm hoping, bare minimum, we've saved a trip. Because the only other way I could have got the other truck back here was to recover it to the garage at Smithfield and then transfer it over, which would have cost money. So at least this way we saved ourselves money and drive. I should say so. I'm just hoping it actually can. It's got A rating, but the truck does way less, so the power's probably around the same, if not less. I think it'll be a good test. Plus, I feel like we've been in the. I was in this thing for quite a while actually recently, so. But the wheels are really spinning, but we're going nowhere. Now I've got low plus though. We can actually just put it in, turn off all-wheel drive and just kind of crawl in with diffs on, which essentially is like the P16. Definitely a lot quicker. Feels so light compared to the other truck though. That's a lot more responsive steering wise as well. But we'll see how it handles logs. Because depending on its ability, I'll be really impressed if it does it with minimal issues. Because it's not the biggest truck. It is currently our second biggest truck, but P16 is a ton bigger. And refuel. And fuel's not an issue, which is this kind of an issue for this truck, but you can turn all the drive off, so it's not as big an issue. It is a hell of a lot quicker. I don't know if it's going to be quick with logs. I'm actually kind of interested. So I don't think I've ever used it for long logs. I just kind of assumed it would struggle. I think the only vehicle I've used that was like a off-road truck or a small truck, the Voron AE, which is one of my favourite trucks, and that thing struggled a lot, mainly because it's tiny. But it's one of my favourite trucks that I cannot wait to get. It's not good. Trailers, stay behind me, please. Because I do know the trip with the P16 did take about 30 odd minutes. Which obviously I might have edited it down a little bit here and there. Because I feel like this game you need to have a good mix of chill moments, but I like seeing progression when people play this game. So I've kind of been editing bits and pieces to kind of make it one active being a drag as such. Some videos will have more progression than others, but typically I've been recording for about 2 hours and editing it down. All depends on if I get stuck as well, because I don't think it's that fun to watch someone just go back and forth for like 20 minutes. It can be. I'm gonna make up that hill. I'm actually really intrigued by how this thing's gonna even manage. Definitely feels a lot more nimble. That's because it hasn't been weighed down yet. So we should have more grip though. They're big. Yeah, big. So the difference is the Paystar only went down like 1 bar. This thing's gone down 3 just because the logs weigh a lot more comparison to the weight of it. I'm gonna see. But it's just simply up there all the way. I mean, I know this rules like the back of my hand now. So anyway, I recorded the last episode probably about 2-3 hours ago. So my day today has just begun up and down this road, essentially. Wait, yeah, that is the way. Yeah, so getting lost again. As I said, I know this route like the back of my hand, obviously. I still get very confused though, mainly because my sense of direction generally is awful. Like, it's not great. Let's see how this thing does. Diffs may need to be on, just so we get a bit more power down. I am quite impressed so far. Made it all the way up there with minimal issue. Burned through fuel a lot quicker though. Could be a concern, but it's shifting though. When I was using this, it didn't feel that quick. Since I've been using the P16, it feels rapid. Like the speed difference, like the difference in speed even, is quite a lot. Plus we've got a high gear. One of the main benefits of high gear is I believe it gives you a torque increase. I think it's like 20% or something, so you got a bit more. And also it keeps your wheels spinning, which means you keep momentum up, which means you can kind of claw your way over things. Whereas in auto, once it gets to something where you don't have much grip, it just goes down a gear and kills wheel speed. Truck's a lot more capable than I gave it credit for. But I do think the difference between the P16 and this though is if there's a lot of mud, like stickier mud, this is going to struggle, whereas a P16 I feel will get through quite nicely. Since this is mainly roads and hills, it should be fun. Fuel stop? Kind of common routine that come here. 240 litres is not a huge amount, but it doesn't feel that way down. got some bounciness going on. Loving it. I'm going to get plenty more of that as well. The downside is going this sort of fast. It does mean I've got to pay a lot more attention. With P16 I could kind of just chill a lot more. But you can make it up the hill. Pretty much not too far away. When the quarry should be fairly easy to get to. Just be that the only issue is going to be getting into the quarry, which is where my main concern is, because if I'm going to tip, it'll be there, and that's quite far away from the station. See if it's at the place we need the logs. Worst case, we'll just bring a crane down there, flip everything back over and put them in. It should be fine. Careful with them signs. Sometimes they can get stuck to you, and then when you get a certain distance away, they like rub back and can destroy you. Which, if you didn't guess, is not fun. So it's also quite cool that as you get like further into this region, it gets more and more just empty. Like, this place has a town, it's got houses, it's got roads, it's got street stuff like. Then you get to the island lake and it's just a swamp with some puddles. That's bad. Thing's doing a cracking job. It's not what I was expecting, I'll say that much. I was actually kind of half expecting this thing to struggle even more. The main thing I want is a gearbox though, because it can power through. Which I think is also what we should have for this series, is to try things. Because I probably would have, for instance, when I first played this game, the main truck I used for anything that I knew was going to be a bit difficult was the one of the trucks like. That would essentially, you would just point, it goes, you don't really have to think too much. So I didn't try a lot of these like tiered vehicles, you could say. So like the Paystar, I got no clue how capable it actually is. Turns out higher than what I thought. Definitely going to be checking stuff out. Like in Alaska, you get the Royal BM truck. I've got not a single clue if that truck's capable or not. I just kind of lumped it into the himself in the Paystar already. Kind of skipped over it, didn't use it. Be interesting to see. Here we go, let's teleport. It would be really cool if you could just drive through the tunnel and it would automatically teleport you. That would be sick. Obviously, this game actually is quite old, to be fair. I don't know when it came out, I think it was like 2018 or something, I want to say. Yeah, and I've done 5 years. Was it 2020? Makes sense, but that feels too early. But yeah, anyway, been out a while. That's not like, we need to go to the quarry. Simple. Quarry should be relatively nice. Now we got fuel there, so that's all good. Drive all the way down here. We built that bridge, which is why we done tasks first. Oh. It's a lot more sense. Yeah, we'll go along here. And then down the smooth descent. Okay. Or, if all else fails, yeet it off the cliff. Get to the checkpoint. Or get to where it needs to be. So basically, if it's going to go wrong, it's going to go very wrong. Because I feel like that will give us the best chance of covering it all. Because the last thing we want is the logs to be up on the ledge. Recovering them a lot more difficult, whereas if the logs are at the bottom, that's already half the problem solved. So, yeah. Looks like the Paystar going up this hill wasn't great. Wasn't awful, but like, it's actually impressing me quite a lot. If it makes it down the quarry, I'll be impressed. That's a turn. What do we get? Do I need fuel? Probably should. This might be a bit of a lazy thing, I'm not gonna lie, but I can't change truck from here. To be fair, the White Western Star might be good for it as well, to be fair. Tried. Now, the GMC, I do know it actually does get good later on, which is kind of weird, but it gets an all-wheel drive upgrade, which actually turns it quite good. Yeah, we don't have that just yet. Because I mean, the size of the truck is actually quite a big truck. We need to do a fuel run soon. No, we'll just kind of be our little fuel boy. Just gonna park it there. Hoping I'll remember it and don't come with in front while it was sign it. Because I could see me doing that. Wait, hang on. Hold up. Have I been special? I refueled the wrong truck. Oh god. It's one thing I do wish they made a little bit clearer. Wait. What do I do? Yeah, hang on. Confusion is intensifying. Oh, I've just been stupid. This should not be the there we go. Right, specialness aside. That should not be as tricky as it is. I do kind of wish they made the refuel a little bit less confusing. Because even though once you know what you're doing, it makes sense. The amount of people I've played with at the start just can't work out. They spend ages trying to faff it out. And even, like, as you just saw, I still struggle. And I've got, like, a stupid amount of hours on the game. Yeah, I kind of wish I'd make it a little bit more straightforward. Or just more intuitive, I guess you could say. That's how you manage. Good thing is, it's a lot easier way to get to the quarry. Did save a decent chunk of time. I think it's only taken about 15 minutes. Which I believe the Paystar was on about 25 by this time, I think. We can check later, but like, it definitely took a lot longer. Speed isn't everything, but definitely is a lot nicer. At least we can really open up and just cruise along. Quite scary going fast though, because road is, believe it or not, road is one of the slippier surfaces in this game, other than ice. You can really lose it quite easily. Which is partly because this game is not really designed to go fast, and also because, for whatever reason, the actual logic why, but roads are more slippy than the bridges. Because bridges you actually have full grip. Roads are still a surface, like mud. Like if we go over this bridge, there'll be no slipping. But the road before, slippy. You can see we kind of got a bit of a wobblage going on. As I get to the bridge, you can see it inside, like, it will turn and doesn't slip. And so that's also the same for road bridges, I'm pretty sure, as well. Anything you essentially build, it's better grip than a normal road. Can't quite remember the... I think it's like a coding issue or something. Luckily, not too much of an issue in this game because you're not on road often. Right, obstacle number 1. Big fuck off hill. You want to go fairly carefully down here. This is not pleasant. This is where I would potentially prefer P16. Just because of the wider wheelbase, essentially. I think many people might make the mistake of is trying to go down that little path there. I can tell you from experience as one of them people. A good path for a truck with a trailer. I will say, part of the way to get good at this game is to make them sort of mistakes and try and, essentially every time you mess up, think about why. And after a while, you'll see correlations with why, and then that probably don't do that way. Hopefully after a while you'll become to learn exactly kind of what will happen before it happens. Hopefully. Saying that really looks a little bit tough to do. This path though really isn't as bad as I thought it was going to be. Definitely all a little bit tight. But this bit. Can continue driving around. I think I might Because I don't like the look of that corner. Plus, it's not even going to the right place. I think we're going to drive along. Please don't tip. Good. Drive around. But that's the intended way. That's the other thing you can learn as well. If something looks a little bit dodgy, so just think for a few seconds. So I think this is where this game kind of catches people out, is they think, oh, it'll be fine. 9 times out of 10, it's not. And if you think it's going to be fine, it isn't. A little bit of diffs just to give us enough to climb. I do wish the camera wouldn't get caught on things. Now we're just standing low plus because I'm not really looking to stop down here. Kind of once again taking the long path is probably the quicker one. Because yes, I probably could have made it down the other thing. The risk would have been a lot higher. So I'm like, I'd rather add a little bit of time and lower the risk. Got a nice 9 grand to that. Got some new stuff unlocked. And that is a successful mission. We've only got I don't really have any log ones here. See, these are the more fun missions. Which are all like resource gathering, essentially. Like bringing stuff. These are the big missions, essentially. Okay, they're not too bad. I do think this is where we're going to leave today's episode. I hope you all enjoyed. And if you have, hit the like button, subscribe, and I shall see you all in the next one. Peace.